Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Nazifri Etraryadi from International Accounting class from the subject Sustainability Accounting class. In this video, let's uh, our continue to our discuss about topic after midterm exam. After we discuss about principle of sustainability reporting, let's discuss our uh, presentation. Our topic is sustainability reporting disclosure on management approach. Okay, what to our learn in this topic? This is our outline of topic. The first is standard disclosure definition. So in this topic, we are going gonna to discussion about definition of standard disclosure, and after that we discuss about general standard, which part of standard disclosure, and the next is a specific standard that is also the part of standard disclosure, and the next is disclosure on management approach. This is disclosure on management approach is a part of specific standard. And the last is GRI standard 2021 is in this moment we gonna discuss about standard number 100. Yeah. Okay, the next slide. Standard disclosure definition. In the general, the standard is defined as a form disclosure that require one party to disclose the following documents, which is detrimental to his case or that of another party, or support the case of another party. That is necessary to disclose with relevant practice directive. Another definition of the standard disclosure is guidelines for presenting topic or and definition and information for reporting that are material to most organization and of interest to most stakeholder. This is covered by the three types of standard disclosure. Number one is strategy and profile disclosure. Set the overall context for reporting and understanding the organization performance, such as its strategy, profile, governance, and management approach. The, the second is management approach disclosure, include how the organization addresses a specific set of topic to provide context for understanding performance in particular area. And the last one is performance indicator that obtain comparable information about the economic, environmental, and social performance of the organization. The reporting organization are encouraged to following these structures in compiling their report. However, other format can be select. Okay, in this PPT, we can see the overview of standard disclosure. So standard disclosure have output the profile, management approach, and performance indicators. So that that output of three types that is focused sustainability report. Okay, the next slide. There are two types of standard disclosure. The first is general standard disclosure and specific standard disclosure. The general standard disclosures consists of strategy and analysis, organizational profile, and identified material aspect and boundaries, stakeholder engagement, report profile, governance, and ethic and integrity. While the specific standard consists of disclosure on management approach and indicator. So for the first moment, we gonna discuss about general standard. The general standard disclosure are applicable to all organization preparing sustainability report, depending on the organization choice of in accordance. Option: the organization has to identify the required general standard disclosure to be report. The general standard disclosure are divided into the 7 parts. The first is strategy analysis. The second is organizational profile, identified material aspect and boundaries, stakeholder engagement, report profile, governance, and ethic and integrity. Okay, let's discuss of standard general standard one by one. The first is strategy and analysis. This standard disclosure provide a general strategic view of the organization's sustainability in order to provide context for subsequent, more detailed reporting against other section of the guidelines. The strategy and analysis may draw on information provided in other parts of the report, but is intend to give insight on strategic topic rather than simply summarize the content of the report. The second is organizational profile. The standard disclosure provide an overview of organizational characteristic in order to provide context for subsequent more detailed report against other section of the guidelines. The third is identified material aspect and boundaries. This standard disclosure provide an overview of the process that the organization has followed to define the report content, the identified material aspect and their boundaries and restatement. And the fourth is stakeholder engagement. This standard disclosure provide an overview of organization stakeholder engagement during the period. This standard disclosure does not have to be limited to engagement that was conducted for the purpose of the preparing the report. And the fifth is report profile. The standard disclosure provide an overview of the basic information about the report, the GRI context index, and the approach to seeking external assurance. Okay, let me explain the GRI content index that there are in G4 31. Okay, GRI content index consists of report the in accordance option the organization has choose. The second is report the GRI content index for the chosen option. Okay, and the third is report the reference to the external assurance report if the report has been externally assurance. GRI recommend the use of external assurance, but is not a requirement to be in accordance with the guidelines. And medium of reporting, electronic or web-based reporting and paper report are appropriate media for reporting. Organization may choose to use a combination of web and paper-based report or use only one medium. For example, an organization may choose to provide a detailed report on their website and provide an execute summary including their strategy and analysis and performance information in the paper form. The choice will likely depend on the organization decision on its reporting period, its plan for updating content, the likely user of the report, and other practical factors such as its distribution strategy. And at least one medium, web or paper, should provide user with access to the complete set of information for the reporting period. Okay, assurance in G4 33 consists of reporting the organization policy and current practice with regard to seeking external assurance for the report. And second is if not include in the assurance report accompanying the sustainability report, report the scope and basis of any external assurance provided. And the next is report the relationship between the organization and the assurance providers. And the last is report whether the highest governance body or senior executive are involved in seeking assurance for the organization sustainability report. Okay, the next part of general standard is governance. This standard disclosure provide an overview of the governance structure and its composition, the role of the highest governance body in setting the organization purpose, value, and strategy, the competencies and performance evaluation of the highest governance body, the role of the highest governance body in risk management, the role of the highest governance body in sustainability report, and the role of the highest governance body in evaluating economic, environmental, and social performance. And the last is remuneration and incentive. Okay, the next is ethic and integrity. This standard disclosure provide an overview of the organization value, principle, standard, and norms. And the second is its internal and external mechanism for seeking advice on ethical and lawful behavior. And the last one, its internal and external mechanism for reporting concern about unethical or unlawful behavior and matter of integrity. Okay, the next topic is specific standard. The guidelines organization organize specific standard disclosure into three categories: economic, environmental, and social. The social category is further divided into four subcategories, which is labor practice and decent work, human rights, social and product responsibility. The GRI aspect uh, are set out within each category. Table on the next table on this slide, yeah, on this slide give an overview of the categories and aspect. The organization sustainability report present information relating to material aspect, that is choose the aspect for which impact are identified as material by organization. Material aspect as those reflect the organization's significant economic, environmental, and social impact, or that substantively influence the assessment and decision of the stakeholder. The reporting principle for defining report content have been designed to assist organization in identifying material aspect and their boundaries, and to indicate where their impact may be identified as material. The information reporting for each identified material aspect can be disclosed as DMA, or disclosure and management approach, and as indicators. The economic dimension of sustainability concern of the organization impact on the economic condition of its stakeholder and on economic system at local, national, and global level. It does not focus on the financial condition of organization. The specific standard consists of two, namely disclosure on management approach, or DMA, and indicator. Disclosure on management approach, or DMA, will be discussed in the next subtopic. In this subtopic, we will focus on indicator. Indicator give information on the economic, environmental, and social performance or impact an organization related to its material aspect. Material aspect are those that reflect the organization significant economic, environmental, and social impact, or substantially influence the assessment and decision of stakeholder. The organization should report if information present for an indicator does not cover the boundary identified for material aspect in General Standard Disclosure G420 and G421. Indicator and related guidance are provided for each aspect as present in the previous in the table, yeah. Okay. Let's our discuss for each categories. in this topic. Okay, for category economic, the economic dimension of sustainability concern the organization impact on the economic condition of its stakeholder and economic system at local, national, and global level. The economic category illustrates the flow of capital among different stakeholder and main economic impact of the organization throughout society. This categories consist of several aspects, namely economic performance, market presence, indirect economic impact, and procurement practice. The second category is environmental. The environmental dimension of sustainability concern the organization impact on living on non-living natural system, including land, air, water, and ecosystem. The environmental category cover impact related to input such as energy and water, and output such as emission, effluents, and waste. In addition, it covers biodiversity, transportation, and product and service related impact, as well as environmental compliance and expenditure. This categories consists of several aspects, such as material, energy, water, biodiversity, emission, effluent and waste, product and service, compliance, transportation, overall supplier environmental assessment, environmental grievance mechanism, and etc. Okay, the next category is social. The social dimension of sustainability concern the impact the organization has on the local system within which it operates. The social category includes the subcategories labor practices and decent work, human rights, society, and product responsibility. Most of the content in subcategories based on internationally recognized universal standard or other relevant international reference. Okay. The next, our discussion is disclosure on management approach. The DMA is intend to give the organization on an opportunity to explain how the economic, environmental, and social impact related to material aspect are managed. Material aspect are defined by the organization using the reporting principle for defined report content. Material aspect are those they reflect the organization's significant economic, environmental, and social impact, or that substantively influence the assessment and decision of stakeholders. DMA provides narrative information and how an organization identifies, analyzes, and responds to its actual and potential material, economic, environmental, and social impact. DMA also provides context for the performance report by indicator. Okay. DM DMA is provide for GRI aspect to report specific management practices if the organization management approach or its components such as policy or specific action apply in general to more than one GRI aspect, such as DMA can provide once in in a report. It does not have to be repeated throughout the report for every GRI category, aspect, and indicator. When the MA is combined for the group of aspect, the report states clearly which aspects are covered by its disclosure. The guidance for the MA is divided to types, generic and aspect-specific guidance. Generic DMA guidance is designed to use with any aspect. Aspect-specific DMA guidance is designed to give additional detail on information to report for the aspect. when reporting management approach, organizations start by addressing the generic DMA guidance. If aspect-specific guidance is available, organization then use it the it to report their management approach for that aspect in more detail. Aspect-specific DMA guidance has not yet been developed for every aspect in guidelines. Aspect-specific DMA guidelines is provided for any following aspect: indirect economic impact, procurement practice, energy, biodiversity, emission, supplier environmental assessment, environmental grievance mechanism, employment, occupational health and safety, equal remuneration for women and men, and supplier assessment for labor practices grievance mechanism, investment, freedom of association and collective bargaining, supplier human rights assessment, human rights grievance mechanism, local communities, anti-corruption, public policy, supplier assessment for impact on society, grievance mechanism for impacts on society, customer health and safety, and product and service labeling. For generic DMA, which can be applied for any material aspect, and for aspect specific DMA, which is designed to give additional detail to report on a specific aspect. See at paragraph see at paper 64 and page 66 in the implementation manual. Okay. Generic disclosure on management approach. DMA should contain sufficient information to explain an organization respond to material aspect, the process for selecting material aspect, and described in the guidance for G4 18 implementation manual at page 30 31 until 40. The organization should report if information present for DMA does not cover by boundary identified for the material aspect in general standard disclosure G420 and G421. DMA include the following standard disclosure at G4 DMA. Report why the aspect its material. Report the impact that make this aspect material. Report how the organization manage the material aspect or its impact. Report the evaluation of the management approach, including the mechanism for evaluating the effectiveness of the management approach, the result of the evaluation of the management approach, and related adjustment to management approach. Okay, let's continue our subtopic, our presentation. The next subtopic is GRI standard. In this video, we will to discuss about GRI standard number 100. In 2021, it's called GRI 1 until 3. Yeah. The GRI standard are modular system comprising 3 series of the standard. The first is GRI universal standard. The second is GRI sector standard, and the last one is GRI topic standard. The standard contain disclosure which provide a structure mean for an organization to report information about itself and its impact. The disclosure can have requirement, can also include recommendation. Requirement list the information an organization must report or instruction it must comply and report in accordance with the GRI standard. Recommendation indicate the certain information or a particular course of action is encouraged or not compulsory. Guidance to facilitate understanding can include background information, explanation, and example. The GRI universal standard. The GRI universal standard apply to all organizations. Consists of the following: GRI number 1 at GRI 2016 called GRI 101, Foundation 2021 or GRI 1, outlines the purpose of the GRI standard, clarifies critical concept, and explain how to use the standard. It lists the requirement that organization comply with the report in accordance with the GRI standard. It also specifies the principle such as accuracy, balance, and variability, fundamental to good quality reporting. GRI number 2 at GRI 2016 called GRI 102 General Disclosure 2021 or GRI 2 contains disclosure relating to details about organization structure and reporting practices, activities and worker governance strategy, policies, practices, and stakeholder engagement. This give insight into the organization profile and scale and help in providing a content for the understanding and organization impact. And GRI 3 at GRI 2020 GRI 2016 called GRI 103 material topics 2021. But in GRI 2016 is management approach. Explain the step which by an organization can determine the topic most relevant to its impact, its material topic, and describe how the sector standard are used in this process. It also contains disclosure for reporting. It's a list of material topic, the process by which the organization has determined its material topic, and how it's managed each topic. Okay. GRI 1. GRI 1 introduced the purpose and system of the GRI Sustainability Reporting Standard or GRI standard and explain key concept for sustainability reporting. It also specify the requirement and reporting principle that organization must comply with to report in accordance with the GRI standard. GRI 1 is the first standard that organization should consult to understand how to report using the GRI standard. The GRI 1 is structured as follows: section 1 until section 5. You can see at the PPT. And the next is the appendix, provide guidance on the how prepare GRI content in the content index. And the next is glossary, content defined term with a specific meaning when used in the GRI standard. The term are underlined in the text of the GRI standard and linked to the definition. And the last is the bibliography, list authoritative intergovernmental instrument used in developing this standard. Okay. The purpose of the GRI is apa ya? Is to provide the transparency and how an organization contributes or aims to contribute to sustainability development. The GRI standard enable an organization to publicly disclose its most significant impact and economic, environmental, and people, including impact on their human rights and how to organization manage this impact. This enhanced transparency on the organization impact and increases organizational accountability. Okay. The user of the standard actually is so many, yeah, but in this video I want to explain 3 user of GRI standard. The first is stakeholder. Stakeholder can be used the sustainability report or GRI standard to understand what the organization are expected to report about. And the second is investor. to assess an organization impact and how it integrates sustainable development in its business strategy and model. And the last is academic and analyze. He can use the GRI standard to research or benchmarking about sustainability reporting, sustainability development in the corporate or governments. Yeah. Okay, the next our discussion is using the GRI standard. All disclosure in the GRI standard contains requirement. The requirement list information that an organization must report or provides instruction that the organization must comply with to report accordance with the GRI standard. The next topic is key concept of GRI standard. Okay. Uh, this section, uh, the, this section explain the concept that lay the foundation for sustainability reporting. Understanding how these concepts are applied in the GRI standard is essential for those who collect and prepare information for reporting and those who interpret information that is reporting using the standard. The key concept covered in the R section are impact, material, topic, due diligence, and stakeholder. The purpose of the standard it is enable organization to report information about their most significant impact on the economic, environment, and people, including impact on the human rights in GRI standard. Those are referred to as material topic. Due diligence and stakeholder engagement help organization identify their most impact. Okay. Reporting with reference to GRI standard. An organization can report with reference to GRI standard if it cannot comply with all the requirements for reporting in accordance with the GRI standard. The organization should transition to reporting accordance with the organization most significant impact and economic environment and report with reference to the GRI standard if it use the selected GRI standard or part of their content. They report information about specific topic for specific purpose, such as complying with the reporting regulation on climate change. The organization must comply with all three requirements in the section to report with reference to the GRI standard. The organization should also apply the reporting specified in section 4 of the standard to ensure high quality reporting. Additionally, the organization should explain how it manage its impact for the topic it report using disclosure 3.3 in GRI 3 material topic 2021. Overview of the requirement for standard reporting with reference to the GRI standard. Publish a GRI content index, provide a statement of use, notify GRI. Okay. Reporting principle should GRI reporting principle in this topic we can explain point just point per point, not so I didn't to explain detail about the principle because we have learned at previous moment. Yeah. Okay, reporting principle the consists of six that consists of egg. Yeah, egg reporting principle. First is accuracy, balance, clarity, comparability, completeness, sustainability, context, timeliness, and verifiability. Okay, additional recommendation for reporting. This section present recommendation for an organization to align its sustainability reporting with other types of reporting and to enhance the credibility of the sustainability reporting. First is aligning sustainability reporting with other reporting. The second is enhancing the credibility of sustainability reporting. Okay, the next topic is GRI number 2. Okay, GRI number 2, General Disclosure 2021, contains disclosure for organization to provide information about their reporting practices, activity and workers, governance, strategy, policies, and practices, and stakeholder engagement. This information give insight to the profile and scale of organization and provide a content for understand their impact. Okay, the standard is structured as follows. Section 1, content 5, disclosure, which provide information about the organization, its sustainability reporting practices, and the entities include in the sustainability reporting. Section 2 contain the 3 disclosure, which provide information about the organization activities, employees, and or other worker. And section 3 contains the 13 disclosure, which provide information about the organization governance structure, composition, roles, and remuneration. And section 4 contains the 7 disclosure, which provide information about the organization's sustainable development strategy and its policy strategy for response business conduct. Section 5 contain 2 disclosure, which provide information about the organization stakeholder engagement practice and how it engages in collective bargaining with employees. And the next is glossary, contains defined term with the specific meaning when the use in GRI standard. The term are underlined in the text of the GRI standard and linked to the definition. And the last is bibliography, list authorized intergovernmental instrument and additional reference used to develop the standard, as well as resources that the organization can consult. Okay. Using the standard, an organization reporting in accordance with the standard is required to report all disclosure in the standard. Disclosure 2.2 in the standard require in organization to list entities include in its report sustainability report. These entities define the scope for reporting all other disclosure in the standard. Reason for omission are permitted for all disclosure in the standard except for disclosure to 1, disclosure to 2, disclosure to 3, disclosure to 4, and disclosure to 4 to 5. If the organization cannot apply with disclosure or with a requirement in of disclosure which for which reason for omission or permit, the organization is required to specify the disclosure or requirement it cannot comply with, and when provide a reason for omission together with an explanation in the GRI content index. Okay. The organization and its reporting practices. The disclosure in this section provide an overview of organization, its sustainability reporting practices, and the entities include in its sustainability reporting. Consists of several disclosure, disclosure 2.1 until disclosure 2.5. Okay. Such as organizational detail, entities included in the organization sustainability reporting, reporting period frequency and contact point, restatement and information, and the last is external assurance. Activities and workers. The disclosure in this section provide an overview of the organization activities, employees, and other worker. Consists of several disclosure, disclosure to 6 until disclosure to 8, such like activities, value change, and other business relationship, employees, worker who are not employees. The next is governance. Governance in this disclosure in this section provide information about the organization governance structure, composition, knowledge, role, and remuneration. there is consists of several disclosure, disclosure 29 until disclosure 221, such like governance structure and composition, nomination, and section of the highest governance body until annual total compensation ratio. Okay, please white. Okay. The next is strategy, policies, and practices. The disclosure in this section provide information about the organization's sustainable development strategy and the profile and its policies and practices for this reasonable business conduct. The disclosure are based on expectation for the business content in the authoritative intergovernmental instrument consists of several disclosure from disclosure to 2021 until disclosure to 28 ya. Saja statement on sustainable development strategy, policy commitment until membership association. You can look at my paper on or the PPT. I will share on our group ya. Okay, stakeholder engagement. The disclosure in this section provide information about the organization stakeholder engagement practice, including it how it engage in collective bargaining with employees. Consists of two disclosures. Is this our disclosure 229 until 230. Disclosure to 29, approach to stakeholder engagement, and disclosure to 30, collective bargaining agreement. Okay, next our topic is GRI 3, material topic 2021. Okay, GRI 3 material topic 2021 provide the step-by-step guidance for organization and how determine material topic. It also explain how the sector standard are used in this process. The material topic are topic that represent an organization most significant impact on the economic environment and people, including impact on their human rights. GRI 3 also contain disclosure for organization to report information about their process of determining material topic, their list of material topic, and how they manage each of the material topic. The standard structure as follow: section 1 and section 2, and the next is glossary, and the last is bibliography. How using the standard? All an organization reporting in accordance with the GRI standard required to determine its material topic and report all disclosure in the standard. The organization is required to report disclosure 3.3, management of material topic for each material topic. Reason of omission are only permit for disclosure 3.3. Okay. Guidance to determine material topic. An organization reporting in accordance the GRI standard is required to determine its material topic. When doing this, the organization is also required to use applicable GRI sector standard. The sector describes for the fourth step that organization so this should follow in determining its material topic. Following the step in this section help the organization determine its material topic and report disclosure in section 2 of the standard. The provide step provide guidance and are not requirement on their own. Okay, the first three steps in this process to determine material topic and related to the organization ongoing ongoing and assessment of impact. During the step, the organization assess its impact regularly as part of its day-to-day activities, and while engaging with relevant stakeholder and expert, this ongoing step allow the organization to actively identify and manage its impact as they evolve and as new ones arise. The first step, the first three steps are conduct independently of sustainability reporting process, but they inform the last step. In step 4, the organization priorities it most significant impact for reporting, and in the way uh, determine its material topic. In each reporting period, the organization should review its material topic from the previous report period to account for change in the impact. Change in impact can result from change in the organization activities and business relationship. This review help ensure the material topic represent the organization most significant impact in each the reporting period. Okay, the organization should document its process of determining material topic. This includes the documenting the approach taken, decision, assumption, and subjective judgment made, source analyzed, and evidence gathered. Accurate record help the organization explain its choose approach and report the disclosure in the section 2 of the standard. The record facilitate analyze and assurance. See the verifiability principle in GRI 1 for more information. The approach for the each step will vary, including to specific circumstance of the organization, such as business model, sector, geographic, cultural, and legal operating context, ownership structure, and the nature of its impact. Given the specific circumstance, the steps should be systematic, documented, replicable, and used consistently in each reporting period. The organization should document any change in its approach together with the rationale for those change and their implication. Okay, in this PPT, in this slide, we can see the process to to meet the um, to meet the sustainability reporting with the determine the material topic for the reporting. The step 1 is understand the organization context. The second step is identify actual and potential impact. And the third is assess to significance of the impact. And the last step is prioritize to most significant impact for reporting. And after we do the for step number 4, we can determine the material topic for reporting. Yeah, so it's to guidance to determine material topic. Okay, the next topic is disclosure on the material topic. The disclosure in the section provide information about the organization material topic, how the organization has determined this topic, and how it manage its material topic. Material topic are topic that represent the organization most significant impact on the economy, social environment, people, including impact on their human rights. Section 1 of the standard provides guidance and on how to determine material topic and help in understanding and reporting the disclosure in this section. Okay. The in this disclosure on material topic, there is several disclosure. There is 3 disclosure. The first disclosure is disclosure 3.1, process to determine material topic. In this disclosure, the organization shall describe the process it has followed to determine its material topic, including how it has identified actual and potential negative and positive impact on the economic, environment, and people, including impact on their human rights across its activities and business relationship. And the second is how it has prioritized at the impact for the reporting based on their significance. And number B, specify the stakeholder and expect whose the view have informed the process of determining its material topic. And the second disclosure is disclosure 3.2 list of material topic. The organization shall the first is list its material topic, and the last is report the change to list of material topic compared to the previous reporting period. Okay, the last disclosure is disclosure 3.3 management of material topic. For its material topic reported under disclosure 3.2, the organization shall describe the actual and potential negative and positive impact on the economic environment and people, including the impact on their human rights. The second is report whether the organization is involved with the negative impact through its activities or as a result its business relationship, and describe the activities or business relationship. The third is uh, describe its policy and commitment regarding a material topic. Describe action take to manage to the topic and related impact, including action to prevent or mitigate potential negative impact, action to address actual negative impact, including action to provide for or corporate in their remediation, uh, action to manage actual and potential positive impact. And the fourth is report the following information about tracking and the effectiveness of the action taken. Processes used to track the effectiveness of the action, goals, target, and indicators used to evaluate progress, the effectiveness of the action, including progress toward the goals target, lesson learned, and how this have been incorporated into the organization operational policies and procedures. And the last is describe how engagement with stakeholder has informed the action taken 3.3D, and how it has informed whether the action have been effective in 3.3E. Okay, I think that's all for our my explanation in this video. Thanks for your attention. If you any question, please write on our group or tell me in our session in the next meeting. Yeah. I think that's all. See you in the next moment. And the last, I greet Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.